My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content.
Hey gang, welcome back. Today we got an old friend zooming in. Josh Appelman is a very accomplished real estate investor. He's also a fellow podcast host. He's zooming in from Kentucky, but he's based in Cincinnati. So Josh, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hey, how we doing? Appreciate you having me here. I look forward to talking about real estate and giving any kind of nuggets I can give to the audience here.
Well, we're going to extract some juicy nuggets out of that big smart brain of yours there, Josh, that's for sure. So first things first, just give us a little snapshot of what is real estate investing for you? What do you guys buy? Where do you buy it? What does a portfolio look like? Just give us the big broad strokes.
So I decided to make things a little bit more complicated and actually operate. So owner, operator, investor, vertically integrated. So what does vertically integrated mean? It means that we acquire the real estate on our own. We source it. We get make relationships with brokers that give us hopefully pocket deals, deals that haven't hit the market. We underwrite those, see if they pencil. We submit LOIs. And we also, we operate it. So we run a property management arm, we run a construction arm, we source our own vendors, labor, material. We also do asset management. What does that mean? It means you're tracking your NOI, your income, your expenses, your budget versus actuals every month. And then we've just overall, we made it more complicated, but at the same time, we are in full control of the outcome of the property. So, and
here's a control freak in here. That's what I'm
for sure. But we had some experience with third party property management, which got us here. So it's working out in our favor, and I think it does have something to do with control issues to a certain degree. But if you've highly invested into the properties, you want the outcome to be a certain way. There's only one way to do it: is make sure it gets done that certain way.
So, Josh, do you focus primarily on multifamily properties, or what's the asset class or classes that you're investing in?
Multifamily is primary for sure. But at the same time, I say that's what we're looking for, but we also have to keep acquiring, keep the renovation crews going, project managers going, just keep all of the engine turning. So is that a duplex in the mix? Is it a fourplex in the mix? Even a single family? If it pencils and it's in between the bigger 48 unit, 60 unit property, then yes, we've got an engine that we need to keep burning. So, and with that, we've acquired a bunch of smaller properties, but we've also, along the way, you've got your 33 units, you've got your 35 units, 48, your larger properties that make it all make more sense and make the math work more.
Hey, well, that's kind of smart. So are you focused primarily around Cincinnati? Is that the market area that you're focused on?
We've got properties in Northern Kentucky, Indiana, Cincinnati. It's tri-state area, and then Dayton, Ohio. We've been also touring properties down in Lexington, about an hour and 20 minutes from us here in Cincinnati. Just where's the deal at? Does it make sense? Is it big enough? Can we plug it into our universe? And
that's what I'm meaning. If you're doing a lot of this stuff, if you're vertically integrated, you can't go too.
Definitely not. Yeah. Arm's length reach is at an hour, within an hour length. And then, of course, our operations are internal. So we'll have stand-up meetings every morning, making sure everyone's rowing in the same boat. But we want to be able to be out on site at a moment's notice. If something's taking place, we can get there, see what's going on, and get it taken care of. Also, just eyes on site. The trash, you have random mattresses being left on the side of the dumpster, the couches that get dropped, the trash debris. So really eyes on a couple of times during the week with my team. It keeps the property where the tenants are happy to live there, and we're happy to keep it in the portfolio, and things don't go astray.
So at this point, how many units do you have under management?
We're at 383.
Congratulations. That's
it's a lot. It's a longer route. We've got a couple partners on 2 properties. The rest is wholly owned. So it's a slow growth. We're not out there syndicating capital. We're not. That's a decision piece though too. So got just take slow growth and be able to purchase properties on our own, recycle capital.
Well, okay. I'm thinking a lot of people these days in the multifamily space might be thinking, that sounds really good. Because a lot of syndicators have been taken through the ringer over the last couple of years with interest rates and all of that kind of stuff hitting, and then cash calls for their investors, deals going south. Because you've gone slow and steady and self-funded, has that insulated you from a lot of that turmoil?
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I've never bought a deal that doesn't make sense. And there's been so many. You get FOMO, fear of missing out. We've walked properties and we're like, we really like this property, but how is this even mathing? Day one is negative cash flow. So it's you can't tell me the property down the road is pushing rents, but this property can too. If we do this, then we get that. So it's going through the brain damaging part era where properties were selling for multiples and for values that didn't make any sense. Anything negative cash flow doesn't make sense, but we've purchased on a basis that has worked, and then we've increased the value through renovations, through rent increases, and through managing with an iron fist. And that comes with just making sure that your delinquencies don't get out too far. Your collections are on point. Your maintenance is being done when it needs to be done, and just managing it like you own it. That's the main piece.
You kind of do.
So you kind of do. So and that's it has helped.
Well, yeah, and the smart thing I'm hearing is you've created this vertically integrated company, and you're keeping pretty tight market area that's manageable for you, and you're not overextending. Yeah, that's really good. Well, hey, hats off to you for that. So, how long have you been doing this for, Josh? Like, how many years have you guys been in business?
So I built a larger company in 2012 that was wrapped around flooring installations. I scaled that company for about 7 years, sold a territory in 2018, built an office for that company. So I was in real estate indirectly. Didn't care about real estate, but I needed it for the company. It was an 18,000 square foot warehouse and office. We grew large, a very large company, but the territory was more than anything. It was taken from me because it was sell or it's going to this other company that's much bigger. So it wasn't something that I chose to do. But at the same time, I said, well, this is where it's going. So my next route in life, I don't want it to be taken from me. I want to be able to keep it and operate it and have total control. And something's kept on going back to real estate. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad like a lot of people did. It clicked. 2019, 2020, 2021, I bought my first 33 unit apartment complex. But of course, I educated myself first because your confidence comes with competence. Meaning, if it's not upstairs, you go out and you make your mistakes. So I educated myself, got clarity around what I wanted to do, and 2021, 33 unit apartment complex came to me, pocket deal, and ever since then it's just been off to the horses, and here we are.
Hey there, if you're a capital raiser, a syndicator, or a fund manager, and you're looking for a steady flow of incoming accredited investor leads, then go ahead, grab a free copy of my new book, How to Get 20 Accredited Investor Meetings Every Month Without Cold Calling, Networking, or Chasing People. You can get that at 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com. Again, that's the number 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com.
Nice. Okay, well, that makes a lot more sense why you're vertically integrating everything. You kind of come from a bit of a construction
operations,
an operations background for sure. Yeah, so when you see or you talk with other operators, at what point do you recommend somebody really consider bringing property management in-house?
I think you need to create the problem. You can't create the solution if there's not a problem. So for a lot of people, they don't want to deal with the issues that goes along with property management. And there are issues. There are tenants, termites, toilets, bed bugs. You have to keep these things maintained. It's an asset. And I think there's a misconception of you can purchase a property, lease it up, and get the passive cash flow, and everything's great. And that's just not the case. It's far from the truth. You have to also consider economies of scale. Is it a single family house, a duplex, triplex, 10 unit, 20 unit? And there's an equilibrium. Does this property support third party property management? And then if it does, what is the property management charging? And does that still underwrite within the property cash flows?
Yeah.
So that goes with economies of scale. You can't necessarily buy one single family house, lease it up, put third-party property management on it, and expect it to work out with maintenance, with all the things. So I say that because if somebody wants to get into real estate, understand that there's an operational side to it. It can be as heavy or as light as you want. You can also use different lease up strategies. I like Section 8. I like voucher programs. It's a more stickier tenant, it's more durable income, especially going into the age of AI. I feel like the Section 8 vouchers are going to become more of an important piece to society, and more of a bankable tenant, if that makes sense. So getting in with some of these programs.
What I'm hearing you say is AI is going to put a lot more people out of work and reliant on.
I think that if somebody, for people that don't see that coming, you need to get out there and kind of see what's coming, because Claude Cowork, we've plugged it into our org here. I'm now a developer. I don't know if I told you that. So I can now develop anything that I want by putting in instructions in these AI tools. I can plug it into my systems, build dashboards that no developer and no CFO could have ever built for me without it costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Things are going to happen. I see some turmoil on the horizon, and that's white collar. That's Class A multifamily that will take a hit, in my opinion. But I like the durable workforce housing income, the sticky tenant that you provide them a good product, granite countertops, nice cabinetry, nice bathroom, nice flooring, baseboard trim, nice property, clean, maintenance is on point, then they stay.
Maybe not tennis courts or swimming pools
right. And they're not asking. And as long as rent is subsidized for the amenities, you're not going after all these amenities and a rent that goes along with it, then they don't want to pay for it. Then they're fine.
Yes. Well, one thing that perked my ears up about what you're doing, Josh, is the whole idea that you've got this construction renovation team going full time, but you're not just waiting for the next big multifamily deal to come along. In between times, you're taking down smaller properties. Now, are you typically doing flips with those deals, or is it buy and hold as well, but single family?
I haven't sold anything really at all. And I don't know I think it's just we do heavier lifts. So by the time you buy it in total disarray, distress, you're putting brand new bathrooms in, floor, like just total renovations. You don't want to sell it. You want to keep it, hold on to it, because it's meaningful. And then we lease them up. We lease them to good tenants, background check, screen, the whole 9 yards, and just put them in a portfolio. So not to say I'm not going to sell something down the road, recapitalize and redeploy it, but right now we've just held on everything we've purchased.
That's not a bad idea. Long term, that's a very, very good idea. Yeah. So Josh, where do you see yourself taking the company over the next 12 months or so?
12 months, it's hard to say, because we're in I'm going to call it a funk. I say that because we're sending LOIs out. We've walked, I want to say, probably 10 properties within the past 3 weeks, larger properties that underwrite well. They're surfacing on the market. They're purchasable, but we're still not able to find a middle ground on offer versus seller expectations. So I think that things need to keep going the way they are. Let the distress keep surfacing, and
need a little bit more motivation on the seller.
More motivation. Yeah, we had there was one we submitted an LOI on, 96 unit. They're going default on their mortgage. We want to assume the loan, which we can, and give them a little bit of equity, not a ton at closing, enough to pay the brokers, put some cash in their pockets, but they're still they don't see the upside.
Maybe a little bit more pain first.
Right. So, but I'm a slow buyer. I'm going to purchase right, and there's no race to the finish line when it comes to real estate. There's just not. Buy right and enjoy it and make it durable.
No, that makes a ton of sense. So, Josh, as we're kind of wrapping things up, you are also a fellow podcaster. Tell us a little bit about your show. You've been running it for a few years now. Yeah. You got quite a good number of episodes under your belt. Tell us about the show and why you started it up.
Started Real Estate Hustlers podcast to create relationships like yourself and meeting people that are in the same arena. We're in the same room, and having just in-depth conversations about real estate. What are you doing? Where are you at? What are you seeing? And having meaningful conversations, and just giving away any kind of nuggets that we can give away to people that are genuinely interested about real estate. If you pick up one thing in a conversation and you can use that one thing to better your operations or your company or a strategy or a hack, then that 20 minutes, 30 minutes is totally worth it. And that's just like going out to a convention and getting in the room with other people. It doesn't need to, you don't need to go out there and just write down everything and feel like you might not walked away with anything, but if you pick up one thing, just one thing, it's all it takes. So
that's what I love about podcasting for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, Josh. Well, hey, it's great reconnecting. It's been I think 2023 was the last time we chatted. So things are going great guns for you. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
If people are watching or listening to this and they'd like to connect with Josh Appelman, what's the best way for them to do that?
I'm definitely active on social. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. But if you want to reach out on LinkedIn, just instant message, and I'll message back and read everything. So, yeah, I'm all over the place. So look me up.
That sounds good. So that's Josh Appelman, but it's Appelman. Probably the only one. I think it says you're based in Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. So
that's correct.
Probably that guy in Cincinnati that's doing real estate stuff.
That's
easy
it.
to find. Josh, thanks for being on the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate the time.
All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com.